Oh, look at that. My favorite. Oh, look at that. My favorite. What's up, YouTube? Cards with Michael here. We're back. I'm not actually at home. I'm with the in-laws this week, but still doing videos. Obviously, this week we've seen so many double masters. I don't have double masters yet, so I thought the next best thing would be to do a Ikoria Collector plus a Core 2021 Collector. You know, just to see how have these products kind of grown. We'll add some prices. We'll see, you know, what's up with these two collector sets as we prepare for the hottest new product, Double Masters, of course. All right, without further ado, we'll get started, but these are fully sponsored by Scott K. Once again, thank you so much, Scott, for your generosity and your patience. Let's do this Core 2021 Collector first. I think that's going to be the more exciting one. I just think, you know, new stuff is always the hot stuff. It's always the fun stuff, so might as well start off. By the way, this is one of the token in the front sets, so let's see how we do. All right. So yeah, collector boxes, 12 packs. Let's get to it. Oh, and by the way, it's it's been a while since I did a video here at the in-laws. Been eating well, playing board games, and just in general, just relaxing. Nothing too special about taking a break, especially kind of because this break is right before Double Masters hits. So yeah, we'll be doing a separate video on Double Masters, and of course also to talk about Zendikar set boosters. Oh my gosh, that's an exciting announcement. All right, to start things off, we have an Animal Sanctuary extended art, a Maze Mind Tome. These guys have really picked up in price recently. I think like people started realizing, hey, this is a very good card in Standard, Pioneer. I mean, you potentially can gain 4 life, you can draw cards, you get free scries, it's an artifact. There's a lot of synergies here. All right, Radha, Heart of Keld, the Protege, Bazri's Acolyte, a Containment Priest, and ooh, a Mythic, a Chandra, Heart of Fire foil, borderless. Very nice way to start things off. All right, and on to the next pack. I think the main chase card at this point, the main 2 chase cards at this point are the Teferis, the Ugins, so we'll see if we get one of those guys. All right, here we go. Force here, and these foil showcase lands have not really dripped down in price as much as I thought they would. They're still holding that, you know, close to $1 range. It's pretty steady. All right, here we have a Stormwing Entity, a See the Truth, our first second mythic rather, Garrick Scorehorn, the Devotee, and another Chandra, Heart of Fire. Look at that, mythic number 3. Ooh, cultivate. Oh man, this new camera angle is awesome. All right, and another mythic. Hey, we have a foil showcase, Bazri Ket. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead, do a quick organization. Get our extended arts here, just our foils here, and then our commons over there. All right, pack number 3. So far, we're doing pretty well. First 2 packs, both packs had a foil mythic in that last slot instead of a foil common or uncommon. So always an improvement. All right, here we go. Got ourselves a Plains. That's been the least valuable, of course, foil showcase. A Hooded Blightfang, a foil extended art. That Speaker of the Heavens. All right. Peer into the Abyss, the Magmut, the Protege, Bazri's Lieutenant. All right. A foil Bazri's Solidarity and foil Bazri's Acolyte to wrap up that pack. All right. So what are my thoughts so far on these 2 collectors? I think that the collector boxes are going to age a little bit slower in terms of price evaluations. And I think that because most of the, another mythic, Baneslayer, a standard bearer, and a Sanctuary, I think that these won't appreciate as fast as we're used to for a lot of sealed product, because a lot of the value in collector boxes come from the fact that the singles in them are so lucrative, and the fact that you can open a box and open another box and keep opening boxes and have a chance at getting both close to or even above the price that you paid in singles. And because a lot of the value is in that, you know, as a set starts aging, especially these standard sets, as they start getting rotating out of standard, a lot of cards usually crash. I mean, people don't need those cards anymore in standard. And as a result, the collector boxes, like they too themselves have less value inherently. And another thing that collector boxes don't really have that draft boxes do have is no one really drafts or plays limited with collector boxes. Hey, a little Temple of Malady, a Glorious Anthem foil extended art, a Karavec the Spiteful foil extended art, and sad. So that brings us to the question, are these good investment vehicles? Should we be investing in Core 2021 collectors or Ikoria collectors? All right, so I think that makes us wonder, there's always an opportunity cost, right? Should we be getting these, or should we be getting draft boosters, or should we be getting, I don't know, singles or other type of product? My first thing is don't get singles. Sealed product, the nature of sealed product is once it goes out of print, it never will be reprinted again. Your sealed, this thing that used to be sealed, all right, there will never be another one of those again once it goes officially out of print. Now, we've heard from multiple sources that collective boxes are a one print run. They'll never be printed again. We did that video just earlier last week where we were like looking, is this two multiple print runs? I think my answer, if you had to, you know, make me give you an answer, is I don't think that was two separate, deliberate, intentional print runs. I think that was actually one print run that was just, you know, two different places. Technically split into two different places makes it maybe two print runs. But for all intents and purposes, it was one print run, as in it was one wave, all right? Temple Silence, Stormwing Entity, and here we go. Oh, another Basri Cat, all right. And a Standard Bearer foil, all right. So, yeah, so that's how I'm approaching this product. I think it's just, they make a bunch of collectors right before the release, and then that's it for collectors. Now, draft boosters are different. They can print another wave of draft boosters. In fact, they usually do, Wizards of the Coast. But I don't really think draft boosters are where it's at either. I don't think they're the best investment vehicle. I think, ooh, that's a nice one. That is a nice card. Foil Extended Mythic Chromatic Ori. Hey, cultivate. I think that because, honestly, draft boosters nowadays, there's way too much supply. Due to the pandemic, due to the corona situation, I don't think people are drafting them. Now, given that, we've seen something like that happen before. So Innistrad also happened around a recession. The original Innistrad, you know, the 2008 Innistrad. So that set has aged really well. I mean, boxes are around $400 nowadays. So it would be, you know, it would behoove us to look at that set and think to ourselves, hey, will Core 2021 be like that set? Will Ikoria be like that set? Will maybe Theros Beyond Death be like that set? My answer is no. I think the situation with sealed product has changed since Innistrad has been released. I think that more and more people have woken up to the potentials of holding sealed product as an investment. But what that really means is that more people are holding, so the supply is there. And so the inherent supply that needs to be sold for the price to start creeping up, it's a lot slower. Like, don't expect any of these recent sets to be, you know, $400 anytime soon. Like, really anytime soon. The amount of supply, the amount of printing that Wizards has done, you know, since Innistrad, it's just exponentially larger. So, with that being said, ooh, look at that. It's very Master of Time. Not borderless, but still gorgeous. With that being said, what should we be parking our money in, right? Let's think about it. Collector boosters, their market value, their estimated value are very tied. Draft boosters, even from the get-go, the market value and the estimated value of the singles is like, you know, not even close. It's like $90 for a booster box, and you're talking about $60 estimated value. All right. Let's be honest. Let's think about this for a sec. I am actually, oh, a little mythic here, Fiery Emancipation. I am actually of the opinion that you shouldn't be parking your money in sealed product of this, you know, this year, pretty much at all. Like, I think now is the time where you, if you're a savvy investor, there's two angles that you should have. One angle One angle is opportunity cost, constantly opportunity cost. If you park a few $100s into booster boxes or collector boxes, how long does it take you to make a real return, and how long would it have taken you to put that money elsewhere to make the same return, or maybe a safer return, or maybe a return that didn't have as much transactional costs? Magic has a lot of transactional costs. If you want to sell out of your booster boxes, unless you're doing a local pickup, you got to ship it somewhere. Shipping is not expensive, not cheap. And then if you're selling on eBay, TCG Player, there's a lot of fees. Oh, okay, we got a hat trick here, Chandra Heart of Fire, and a salvo. All right, let's finish up this box, get some more talking in, and a Scoozy Oozy, nice little foil Scoozy Oozy. All right, one more pack. So yeah, so why do I say don't buy, or not don't buy, but don't hold sealed product as if, ooh, look at that, a foil extended art Maze Mind Tome. That wasn't worth too much in my last few videos, but I've been watching the price for this thing. It's been going up steadily. All right, last but not least, another Magmut. Okay, that was Core Collector box number 1. So what did we learn? We learned that, well, Core Collectors have a decent amount of mythics. They increased the number of foils. They doubled the number of foil rares and mythics. Be right back. Got really hot in here. Must be all the Chandras, to be honest. But what Core is missing is that really flashy, like, exclusive card, which Ikoria has, the Godzilla slot. And Ikoria has a Commander 2020 slot, which, you know, has a couple of cards that are still worth a good amount of money. So with that being said, I think that Core 2021 will actually age just as well as Ikoria, even though it doesn't have all those hits. And that's because a lot of the cards, Teferi, Master of Time, Chromatic Orrery, maybe Terror of the Peaks, Maze Mind Tome, we didn't get one, but Grim Tutor, Ugin, these cards are going to age really well. I don't think they're going to go much lower. I think even like last week, some of the prices have already started to rebound a little bit. Some cards like, you know, Maze Mind Tome, people are realizing, wait, that's a really good card. And it's not really that, like, you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, it's a really good card. In the business, we call those guys naturals, like people who are buying this product because, you know, buying the singles because they truly need it in a deck. I don't think a lot of the market right now is moved by naturals. I think it's moved by big guys who, you know, drop $1,000 on Maze Mind Tome and change the price overnight. Like that's what the prices are moved by. So, you know, that type of demand is very artificial, but when it changes the prices almost permanently, that price memory, you know, that's the new world we live in. So keep that in mind. It's not that, you know, these guys are like terrible for the economy. They, you know, they do inject liquidity into the economy, but most of the demand nowadays is no longer from naturals, in my opinion, because you'll see naturals being the demand when a tournament happens, for example, and people legitimately need that card. But right now there are no tournaments, so people that are buying out Maze Mind Tomes, they have only one or two intentions. They flip it immediately, or it's a long-term speculation hold, thinking that this card's going to go to $20, $30, or whatever in the future. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open Ikoria. Maybe some of that finance talk doesn't make any sense to you, whatever, just skip it. It's just, you know, some stuff, some fluff that I think about all the time when I'm opening this product. Ikoria. Oh man, it's been a while. It has been a while since we opened Ikoria. Still excited. We got our, you know, little foily boys. Foily boys. All right. Can't wait to think of what phrase we'll do next. Oh yeah, and Ikoria does not have that foil showcase land. So, you know, in regards, it's about a, you know, that foil showcase land, about $1, right, per pack. So it's like $12 per box of EV that Ikoria doesn't have. So, you know, Boneyard Microdrax and Extended Art, and only one foil rare, right? And Cub Warden, ooh, foil Mr. DC. All right. Those guys have obviously, you know, changed price so much, and not unsurprisingly, it's still a collector card. Still says death, you know, and so I don't think it's gonna go much lower. There's just like people will actually collect it when it gets cheap enough, so it won't go that much lower. All right, hey, another Born Altar. Any black deck could use that. A foil Extended Art, Titan's Nest, and here we go, showcase cards. All right. A Mythic Apex of Death, and another Mr. DC. All right, so Ikoria definitely has a different feel to it, right? There's less of this like Commander esque feel, but more just straight up consistent value. We have our Godzilla slot, which is, of course, in my opinion, the main reason these things are just going to be, they're just never, ever truly going to plummet down, you know, in the 200 range. They're just never going to do that. The Godzilla cards are, like, they're not being played in standard paper Magic right now, and yet they still command a premium. People are collecting them. People will still be collecting them. People will always want to have all 18, 19, whatever you want to consider, because there's the Mecha Godzilla, that, you know, that Hangerback Walker promo. And because of that, hey, the foil Ozolith, that's a good one. I think these will continue to be open, because Ikoria draft boxes do have a chance of getting a Godzilla as a box topper, but there's only one. Collectors have 12, and I think if that's the main value, got a little Triumph here, they're at the perfect pet. That's the main value of Ikoria, the Godzilla slot. Then I expect draft boxes to just be almost worthless, very, very worthless. Whereas the collectors will always retain value. So, what am I trying to say here? If you really want to park your money, make sure you pick the right product per set. It's not always going to be the same thing. It's not always going to be collectors. It's not always going to be draft boxes. I think with Ikoria, definitely it's the collectors, not the draft boxes. And of course, 2021, jury's out. Jury's not out yet. But I like to lean towards things like collector boxes nowadays. I didn't used to do that because this stuff is not draftable, so there isn't this natural, box opening that happens. Like right now, I just decreased the supply in total of both Ikoria and core collectors by one. But that doesn't happen that regularly. Like we're not doing this every. Ooh, we got a little mythic here. BioCore Space Godzilla. We're not doing this every day. Stores aren't doing it every week. We don't have huge tournaments where like thousands of the stuff is getting opened for sealed or whatever. So there's no natural demand. This is only happening when someone generously sponsors a box, or I get a little bored at home. So I don't know. Just my thoughts. Take them with a grain of salt. I am not. Oh, look at that. My favorite. Oh, look at that. My absolute favorite Godzilla is BioCore Space Godzilla. We just got a foil. Awesome. Okay. So, what else? Okay. Talk about some of the future stuff. Double Masters. I have so much Double Masters. So much. I'm so excited to share it with you guys when I start opening them. I think, based off my notes on the set. Ooh, that's a double tap. Voracious. Great shark. All right. Based off my notes from the set, from watching the market, from learning, from looking at the singles, Fatal Push was the most recent spoiled card as of this video, so that lets you know the age of this video at least. I think the set's awesome. But I thought the set was awesome before I started buying it because, the concept, everything felt like it was going to be good. Wow, another Mythic Godzilla. All right. But I do think though that the set, the booster boxes of the set will have a short-term, there's going to be a lack of supply. Not as much supply as people anticipated, not as much supply as most stores wanted. There were a lot of limitations on allocations. So in the short term, I think it's going to be harder to get a booster box, easier to get a VIP. But weirdly, I still think the VIPs are going to be a really good product. I think the VIPs, we've seen how the prices on collector boxes. I actually got a comment recently on one of my, I think it was like the first or second collector box I ever opened, and we were using TCG low listed prices, like the lowest listed prices, and that thing was over $750. It didn't make any sense. That's not a real price, but those are the prices that people set when there's no supply. So, and same thing, the moment VIPs drop, the first week or so, we're gonna have made up prices. It's gonna be crazy. But some people really, really like their goodies, and people are willing to pay a premium to get their hands on the goodies as soon as possible. I wouldn't venture into that territory if I were you, just as a heads up, but it has been the case where, those pre-order prices have been incorrect, but more often than not, they're made up and just way too high. So buy with caution, opening release. If you're gonna buy early days, buy sealed product. If you're gonna buy singles, wait at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks after release, all right? Babyzilla and a foil All Art Savai Triumph. I am so surprised that these aren't higher. These don't feel like $20 cards to me. These feel like $30 cards to me. Just because they're so gorgeous, they're foiled, and they're rare. You don't get that many per box, All right, we'll keep opening. We got what? 4 more packs with Scott K. This video is 20 minutes long. Hopefully my editor can cut it down a little bit, but yeah, let's get some opening. Okay, Outtro, Lava Brink Venture, and Narset of the Ancient Way, and Angerus Armored Killer, and a little Dream Hill Heron. All right, 3 more boosters. Let's wrap it up. Okay, here we go. Hey, this guy's seeing play. Ethereal Forager, Mythos, Indata. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Another Triome. Oh my goodness, what a box! 4 Mythic Zillas, Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos as well. Or non-foil action. Oh, I mean, these are the boxes that make you really, really think about Ikoria as an EV set, right? Like, or at least the collector boxes, because like you hit this many Mythic Godzillas, and it's like Twinning Staff. Of course, the Commander slot's still worth money too. And just like, dude, I think these are pretty good. Oh, another Mythic Borderless Zilla, or sorry, Borderless Planeswalker. I don't know. I think it's pretty impressive to me, pretty amazing to me to see so many good hits. And I don't even think this is like a really, really good box. I just think it's above average. Gem Razor. Of course, these guys are the bane of my existence. But luckily we only opened 1. All right, so that's a core box and an Ikoria box. I think that you know, if I had to park money, I'd maybe put in these 2 boxes. Maybe even Theros Collectors. I mean, those are so underpriced right now that there's opportunity for it to grow. But I will word of caution, you know, I don't think that investing in sealed product right now is the best idea. It's mainly because there's better things to put your money in, not because they're not going to go up. We know that the only real direction that sealed product does do is, you know, go up, because there's not going to be printed anymore. Like, it's one of those things where like the supply is straight up, it's no matter what you think, it's exclusive, it's limited. Even if they say there's multiple print runs, the moment the printers stop printing them, for example, I think War of the Spark is entering that space, that's it. Every single box after that point is never gonna get printed again. That same identical, you know, set, it won't be printed again. And if you were to hold the singles, they could print the Teferi again. They could print, you know, Vivian, this specific Narset again. They might not do it because, you know, it's hard, but they could do it in a core set, since core sets are a thing again. They could do it in a master set. They could do it just in a specific reprint set. They could do it in a secret layer set. Like, singles, holding them is just not a good game anymore. Like, I don't know if it ever really was a good game, but now holding on, especially if you're holding on to singles that are not on the reserve list and in that $50 range and potentially commander playable, I mean, those seem like the prime targets for reprints these days. So, signing off with that word of wisdom: don't do singles. Don't even, you know, like, think too much about sealed product. Hold your money, wait for good deals, and take advantage of those good deals. And also, you know, have fun. I mean, the point of this game is to have fun. If you're really into finance, like, Magic is one element that should be in your portfolio, but should not be your whole portfolio. All right, guys? All right, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just kind of chilling here in Baltimore. I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be doing a couple more videos. And yeah, until then. Got really hot.